And that's some really subtle top hats in the back there. That's a weirdly subtle top hats. I think that's what they're called, right? Like the little the thimbles. The thimbles. I need to know about the thimbles. I'm doing something right now, so I'm not 100% available for this actually, but let's take like a minute to take care of. I'm almost done. Listen. I like doing a lot of stuff. Okay, I'm a busy little bee. I'm a busy little boy. I like to shake my little hands all over the place. And then we'll do chapter 9, the latter half, which I think is just going to be the wedding scene, which is. I don't know how to explain this. It really feels like the wedding scene came out of nowhere, right? It legitimately, it kind of surprised me. I was like, "Are we doing this now? We're doing this now, huh? Okay." Not that I have an issue with what it was doing, you know. I'm not troubled by the idea of it deciding that now is the time and place for that. My issue is a bit more that I don't know. It just feels like there wasn't a lot of build up to it. Was the original wedding scene surprising though? Was the original so well thought out? It kind of came out of nowhere too, right? I don't know. I always got the... In my brain, right, that environment has saved as, like, there is some time between Inko being asked to do the job and the job occurring. Which adds an organic feel to the scene instead of it being like something that just happens. It feels more ingrained with what the characters are up to. I don't know how to explain it. There's a difference. Listen, you people are just too stupid to understand this stuff. Okay, you're just not. You're never gonna be smart enough. You're never gonna be as smart as I am, as deeply intelligent. Bothers me really how big this brain of mine is. Which is why I didn't properly schedule my shit, and now I'm busy with stuff that I should have been. Don't we all? Don't we all? Don't worry, I'm not doing my exercises after this. I probably should have enough time left for just in chapter 9. We're going to read some comments, and they look pretty exciting. I always like when the comment section is filled with some exciting insights. Adds that little spice. Especially since a lot of the comment sections and stuff like this tends to be like, "Oh man, so nice. Keep cooking, chef." And for the 1000th time, I never get those. I never get those! I never get the keep cooking! There's an esotericism of which I'm missing the mark. I'm disjuncted. My organs! Ah! How could I be so foolish as to think that I was in proper alignment with the universe? How silly of me. Okay, this should now be taken care of. Just gonna swing my hands magically. Abracadabra. Hanavavora. A boogity boogity boo. Come on, baby. Excellent. It's almost done. What are we waiting on, buddy? And now it starts. And then a second or two should be done. That's a big one. What the hell's in there? Oh, that might be the big one. Oh well. I gotta get all this stuff off of here and trim it. Take a fucking hedge clipper to it. Excuse me, what do you mean, master list previews? What the fuck is in here? Why the hell? Why would I want this? Get this. Oh, now I'm over here. Now I'm in the spatial dimension that doesn't exist. Great. Still gotta take that out of there though, because that's not useful. Yeah, I would love to permanently delete that file. Take care of it. Pull the trigger. I don't want to think about it. Okay, that's not taken care of. The rest I can do later. And I could probably take care of a lot of it right now. It's really just a matter of zipping. Zipping and dipping. That's gonna be something to figure out what the fuck half the shit even is. Okay, so we know that this is taken care of, so we can just throw it out the window. See, the problem is I lost a bunch of files a while ago, and the losing of the files basically fucking absolutely slayed me, killed me. I was a corpse. It rendered me completely unwilling and unable to deal with certain problems, and it finally found the courage one goddamn year later to start working on a solution that is slightly more permanent, that can actually perhaps resolve this problem on a long-term time scale. It's annoying! It drives a man to drink, as they say. It drives a man to drink, as they say. I'll be honest about one thing. I kind of hate the tabletop simulators, like the one actual fucking tabletop simulator out there. Everything else, every VTT is like, no, you are not a VTT. You are a video game environment that's pretending to be a VTT. I want, alright? I want a fucking environment, and all I can do is I can click and drag little tokens, little pictures. I just want the little pictures. That's all I need for you to do, is to make the little pictures move around, okay? Everything else is just wasted space and time. I don't need this shit. I want my players to have their character sheets. They can find their own fucking solution to that problem. It's not my problem that they can't handle their goddamn character sheets. Isn't that weird that they put the fucking zoning out song in the title theme? It's supposed to be like a cute callback. We're doing a little cute callback here. Put my little hands in my little size. I'm like, you doing a cute little callback here, buddy? You're not that cute, you know. I'm gonna get rid of all of this, and then I have to go into my garbage can and take a shovel to it. Do I even want to keep these? Because these maps are kind of shit. Yeah, they're really fucking garbage. The PDFs are just not worth it, man. The PDFs are just not worth it, comparatively. So we're just going to move all of these to the garbage bin. That's a hell of a lot of zip files to take care of. I have to find other stuff, too, to take care of all of my business. Gotta be a little business boy. Where's the recycling bin? I just want to upturn my recycling bin. Jesus Christ, why is it so hard to find the fucking recycling bin in this day and age? It's like, Windows, how do you want me to get rid of my files? I can't find my recycling bin 90% of the fucking time. Like, I'm not asking much, right? I'm just asking for access to my recycling bin. Can you just tell me where you keep my fucking recycling bin? Do I have to? Yeah, just open my. I want to find the recycling bin. I want to know where my. Where's waste collection? Where's waste collection? Get out of here, Bing. I just don't get why this is such a fucking big ask of you. I just want to know. It's like, it's on my desktop, and that's the only place I can fucking find this shit. 219 items that I downloaded for nothing. Can you tell me how much junk is here? It's probably a lot. I don't think it matters. Let's just get rid of it. Be gone, foul files. That's 6 gigabytes. Goddamn. Wasted. Wasted. Alright. Enough of this shit. Enough of me wasting your time. Your precious time. You came here for me. And I'm wasting your precious time. This is how I repay you. This is the compensation, apparently, to be expected from Safi T. Crook. Let me go find where we were in this, so we can go on from there. Oh, my neck. Also, ow! Bad move. Bad move. Oh! How am I gonna do the rest of this? It's a really good question. How are you gonna do the rest of this, Safi? There's a lot left to do. There's a map. Do I need that map? I don't. I have to go through that guy. Now I have to... So much to do. So much to see, so much to do. So what is wrong with taking the back streets? Oh, it's heroic maps. Why isn't this alphabetical? I ask of you to make it fucking alphabetical and you don't. You just like, no. Alphabetically. No, we don't do things alphabetically here, buddy. My man, I need to do this shit alphabetically. I need to do this alphabetically. I need a consistent sorting order. So that this shit works. I gotta go from A, B, C, D! Oh, whoa, what's this? How come we're not out of the numbers yet? I thought we were out of the numbers last time, buddy. That's my verbal response. It's like, I don't get this. It's like So if I go there with my little thingy, right, with the same webpage, is it tabs? Does it not cooperate? It doesn't cooperate with tabs. Great, fantastic. Why do you? Modern era. We have tabs. Do we implement them? No. Our search engine is heavily based on fucking. God damn, man. But it works on phones. Who the fuck does file management on their phone? How? Ugh, I don't want to think about those people. They disgust me. If you were watching this, go away. Listen, I can barely understand people drawing on their phones. Don't expect me to be nice to people who do their file management on their phones. Alright, let's get to it. We've beaten around the bush more than enough. I think at the recording window should just... There you go. Now for once I managed to find it. Alright, where were we? Music needs to be toned down a little bit. You know, I think it's well worth pointing out that, like, you want to know what really bothers the shit out of me out of these streams? I don't feel respected by the people that are watching this. I don't get paid for doing this. And it still gets in the way of my things. I don't know. Do you just want to put my hands on my sides and yell about it? Is today just not the day? We'll find out. Where were we? I think it's also around here, right? By the time we arrive, the sun is by the time we arrive, the sun is low enough. Let's stop that recording and try again. By the time we arrive, the sun is low enough that you can look at it without blinding yourself. Full sunset, still a ways off, though. The venue is a large, palatial gala building, perched on top of the edge of a cliff overlooking the Pacific Ocean. Yeah, my man, it's called Volca de Bluffs. It has cliffs and bluffs aplenty. If I get a chance, I may try to snap a good establishing shot of the golden hour. You mean the golden shower that Ben told you about? Looking at the amount of equipment we have to unload, though, that seems unlikely. The number of telescopic stands, light fixtures, and reflectors is insane. It's as if Yatacon expected a 10-man team to be helping him tonight. I don't know if I even get to use every piece of it during the event. Yatacon addresses us before we get to the heavy lifting. All right, you two. You remember what we're doing tonight? Yes, sir. Ben jumps to answer him. Teacher's pet. Yeah. I side-eye Ben as he fails to follow up with a show that we do know our jobs. Set at the photo station in the corner of the hall and take turns walking the reception to snap pics of the guests. Perfect. Yatacon claps his hands with glimmering? Glimmering! A glimmering smile. What a weird way to describe a smile. This fucking man has put glitter on his teeth. Maybe it's an alternative meaning of a faint or wavering light. Yeah, that's not how I describe a smile. Unless it's supposed to reference the fact that he's slowly but surely dying in front of us. A faint sign of feeling or quality, especially desirable one. That refers to a glimmer of hope, which is a whole different thing. Oh. Perfect. Yatacon claps his hands with a glimmering smile. I'll be with the wedding party the entire time. So if you need me, just look for the gaggle of similarly dressed women screeching and you'll find me. Remember, this is actual work. So be polite, be efficient, and most importantly, have fun! Remember, Anon? No skinny elevator doors. That would imply that humans are supposed to be Russians, which is very clearly not the case. Also, actually, Spanish exists, right? And oh god, this world's lore is weird. Listen, I'm getting confused just looking at the letters. What? Ben tries to counter him, but for some reason, before Yatacon elaborates, trust me, the clients will appreciate it more. He takes one of the lighter equipment bags in hand and goes ahead of us. Why does he have why in hand? Just he takes one of the lighter equipment bags. You don't need this. Guess he'll be relegated to just inner circle photos. I don't really sound ungrateful, but this really is shaping up to be more like free labor for him. As Ben and I finish unloading, the stench of the sea breeze and flowers begins to nauseate me. I'm definitely a landlocked boy, unaccustomed to the salty sea air. The salty sea spray right on your face. I can only imagine how I'd handle an actual boat ride. Ben seems to share my discomfort, a disgusted look scrunching his face up. I think I'm going to be the next one. Sick with this weather. If you don't breathe through your nose, at least the view's a nice one. Yes, that it is. We fall back into silence as we continue our task. None of the guests have arrived yet, so if we finish early, I'd rather get a break than be non-stop on all night. And you have no work experience. Do you even know what it means to be on all night? We follow Yadakan through a small garden into a reception hall, then back into the open where an enormous wedding tent stands. It's all light florals and soft lighting to keep the place ethereal looking. What a classic boring-ass wedding. Do these people even know each other, or is it just for the show at this point? Okay, you kind of know how to set it up. I'm going to get to business. Yes, sir. Ben throws a hand in salute. What a fucking dork. I wave a hand at him as I place my charge down. That is such a... Don't put it like that. You got it, Mr. Yadakan. Just call it a bird. Why charge? Listen, the word choice here feels very... It makes me feel like I'm crazy. Price for Asgard custom... Okay. No. I know what it means. I know that there is a noun for charge. Responsibility or care of someone or something. Oh. The property of matter that is responsible for electrical phenomenon. Electrical charge. Quantity of explosions has forward a device or bearing placed on a shield or crest. Huh. I learned a heraldic term today. As I understood the rule building, dinos were only in America while the Europeans were only human. No, listen, that I knew, or I thought I knew, and then someone said that's actually not the case. There were always dinosaurs in the Middle East and stuff, over there. And I'm like, okay? But that fucks with shit. Ben and I work in tandem quite well. Few words need to be exchanged as we undertake the task of setting up some photo ops as per Yadakan's diagrams. Telescopic stands, then reflectors, then strobe lights? This isn't a fucking rave, man. Every case is packed to the max, straining my lanklet physique to its very limit. 4 cases in and I'm huffing like a smoker. Without Coach Charlie's regimens, I probably would have keeled over by now, but it's a little comfort. It's creature comforts. Bzzzt. I quickly flick out my phone to check the notification, before I can register what I'm doing. Well, since I already am, a small break won't hurt. Oh, it's from Olivia. Hey, Baldy! You already got service back? Oh, I lied about that. How do I know you're not lying to me right now? Because I'm texting you, dummy. You could just be hooked into the fucking local Wi-Fi, man. Pretty sure that if you hook into the local Wi-Fi, it doesn't charge you. It charges that Wi-Fi. A likely story. That's how it works around here, at least. Sorry to leave at the Yadakan after school. The fuck was up with that? The wedding, Snoot. Alright. What are you still wearing your normal outfit? I plead the fifth. Fuck, I am actually dressed like an idiot for a wedding. I'm surprised the Yadakan hadn't made it a requirement to dress up a little bit. Not that I could have had to. You're, like, in a visual novel, this is a cute gag for, like, the characters always wear the same outfit. It's kind of what works for Inko, and it's hilarious, in a way. It doesn't work when you're writing. Like, you can just have Yadakan throw a jacket on him, man. Kek. Really? Really? We're gonna use Kek on Liv. Huh. So where at? Yadakan said it was called Clarkson Lookout. Pretty cool cliffside place. Wait, really? That's seen as a bunch of scenic views. Oh, God, now I'm the one doing scenic. Oh, Safi, get out of here, you loser. If you've seen a good landscape shots, take one for me. I can only do it in portrait. I can try once my slave yoke is taken off. No! Do it now. She then sends a sketch of Guts pointing a gun directly at the viewer. One of her favorite go-tos. It's one of her favorite stickers. I'm not usually one to negotiate with terrorist tactics, but I find myself with a pretty good vista right now, so I open my camera app. Why do you call it a camera app? No one calls it that. You just open your camera, man. Come on. What country are you from? I focus on it as best as I can to get some of the distant sailboats and yachts, right as the sun hits the golden shower hour. Kinky. Shame I only have time for the one shot. I text the pic to Olivia. I'm about ready to call this break over. Thanks! I still don't know what this means. It's like the tongue. I only know column P, please. The pee-pee. Weird. Definitely can't imagine her thanking me like that in person. She can candidly be sweet in her own way, but that's positively saccharine in comparison. I'm on this thing weighs like 80 pounds. I'm not doing all the work. Ben cries for help. Prompt me to put my phone away and race over to him. Guy's a jerk, but I don't want to see him creamed by the cameras either. I noticed just how much more setup lies ahead of us. Loads and loads more heavy cases brimming with strobes, reflectors, cloth sheets, and stands follow. When we do finish, Ben rolls out the literal red carpet for the walk-up glamour shot station, and I finish checking all the marked spots in the room at the right combo of strobe and or reflector. I stand... You know, there's a reason why the game doesn't really call too much attention to what the actual prep work is, right? There's a reason for that. I stand back with a sense of pride when says, Yadakon told you what to do, Anon. Only a month ago, I would have completely lost how to have these things function. Function? Much less how to set them up in a good ratio. Yadakon returns, You didn't do anything! You followed his diagrams, you bingus! Yadakon returns just as I survey our works. You start filtering in not too long after, making their way down Ben's hand-made path, with me skirting the edges, snapping liberal candids here and there. Something feels... Why shouldn't Anon feel a little weird about snapping pictures of strangers? Because wasn't that like a whole fucking point? Shouldn't he be like, you know, it feels weird, but, you know, I guess I am told to do this. Anon would probably send a panorama shot because we all know they all shit as troll. What? Something feels off, though. And despite undoubtedly getting some good shots among the digital refuse, I just feel off my game. My game isn't great by any means of the best of the days. It's like I'm already failing and it's barely begun. Ben, meanwhile, the lucky bastard that he is having a breeze of a time, snapping couples photos and even setting up his own camera for 2 angles at once. Then, as usual, the stucco prince flourishes in the post-photo... Then, as usual, the stucco press flourishes in the post-photo socialization. Whereas I'm lucky if I don't end up spilling my spaghetti before the end of the night. This time it is... God damn it, why is my phone blowing up now at all times? So it going well? It's been like 40 minutes! I'm straight up not having a good time, dog. Wah-wah! But for real, why? Ben is destroying me and taking photos right now. Just beat him low. For me, a woo. Don't ever say a woo again. A woo. I'm saying a woo, Mufseta. I'm tripping right now. She did not just say that, much less like that. She didn't. Snoot. It's not a pepe. It is not a peep. I placed you heard it in your head. You heard it in your head. I placed the phone back into my pocket. Who fucking cares? I'm already too distracted by my own bullshit. Olivia's a good friend, but right now, she's only liable to distract me more with her odd messages. The gut feeling of slipping behind Ben doesn't abate. Anything that only intensifies the event continues. Ben is bouncing back and forth, a man on a mission with every step leading to a better shot than the last. I'm fumbling the several $1,000 crutch that I'm wasting SD space on. On the plus side, you can clear an SD card again. Just break his flashing stick thingy, lol. And his pixels are super dark. I was just smiling at how she thinks that photography tech hasn't progressed past the Civil War. I quickly type out a response, even as my brain screams at me to pull it the fuck together. I shan't, for I've caught tuberculosis in the war and will soon expire. I mean, go paint a cave or something? That's a self-burn cave, man. So dinosaurs didn't have a cave painting era? What the fuck did they do with art then? Because this implies that humanity is the one interested in making art, right? Like, I don't know what to tell you, man. This is where the lore gets weird. Fuck, she's right. You're probably Anna, no! You're becoming a normie. I'm gonna stop reading if you become a normie, my man. Even in Ending 4, you had that slickness to you. You had that... Can't even banter properly right now. It feels like I'm spiraling in every sense of the world. She rattles off on a handful of texts in quick succession. Could also just lock him in a closet or something? Oh, I just remembered I need another pic, actually. I need to see Ben's head shoved into the wedding cake. For, you know, Muse. Do it for me. Hobo. As funny as the sight might be, I must agree. The exchange only further pisses me off. It feels ever so slightly off on normal texting style, and it's throwing me for a loop. Oh, well. Hold up. Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Are characters having an emotional dissonance moment? Holy shit! Are these two people experiencing different emotions and he finds that frustrating? My god! It's a source of conflict I haven't seen in so long. Oh my god! Oh, it's a disagreement of personal tastes. Oh, I love it. It's something new. I bet the author's gonna fuck it up because every single fucking person doesn't get it. Because they never talk to a person in their lives. As a game master, I'm intimately familiar with expectations and the dissonance between them. Placing my phone away for the last time, I swear to myself, I spot a perfect shot of an older couple. I quickly throw up my camera, framing it as quickly as I can, and they've moved into a logical group already. The camera droops as it slams against my chest. A pang of fear strikes me and urges me to be more careful, but the rest of me is despondent over everything is going. You know, you are not the kind of person to do snapshots. Not yet. Maybe a break? Shit, I haven't done anything real yet. But I need to clear my head real quick, or this whole night's gonna be a bust. Sneak out back to the front of the building again, doing my best to mimic the tantric breathing I read about on Moldovan snake walking forum. What is snake walking? Probably not doing it right. This is a deep breath in and out. I feel my chakra aligning at all. No jutsu for me. None of the jutsus. Not the gai jutsus. Not the ninjutsus. Not the taijutsus. None of them. Jutsu. The phone buzzes again. I can feel my heart skip a beat. Why am I so on edge? Damn it. Why can't Olivia respect my damn time? No, we're not getting that, Safi. We're not getting actual fucking characters making mistakes of emotional expectation, because that would be good fucking writing. That would be character drama. And we don't get that. Ah! I don't like it when everyone's in the same tune. That's boring. I check my DMs to see that Olivia sent a video of her putting Gus through a maze of cardboard and school supplies, rewarding him with a palmed green grape when it reaches the end. I smile earnestly, and for a moment the anxiety... I don't... Like, come on, man! Is this even the same girl that I almost had a blood feud with at the start of school year? Shouldn't someone like Anna be a little more suspicious? You know, with this history of bullies and... God damn, it's like... There's so much opportunity just left on the table. I walk around and all I can see is the shells of nuts of wisdom cracked, but none of the nuts! Except that isn't quite true. Something she transformed, it's more like I saw the real her. Still hard to wrap my head around. Now she sees me. Have I grown in her eyes? I want that answer to be yes. I look back inside at the wedding party and already begin seeing opportunities I'd overlooked before. Push through the pain. Listen, I got an opinion. I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna write this opinion down because it's gonna be important later. Hello, Mo. Hope you're good. I hope you're good, and if you're not, I'm gonna be sad. Don't worry, I can look up some pornography and accidentally put it on my screen, and you can laugh at me. I'm still laughing at what I do. Jesus, how did that happen? Oh, what a dork! I look back inside at the wedding party and already begin seeing opportunities I've overlooked before. Push through the pain, Anon. I think that won't make. Why is Anon growing on his own? Gosh. Are we ending this in 2 chapters or something? As a personal photographer, I swallow down the lump in my throat, and it's as if my storming intestine suddenly grow placid. A strange determination growing in me now. What is this, fucking Undertale? With determination? Get out of here, you're not dying. The disquieting feeling plaguing me. Why did my brain go placking me? Still doesn't fully subside, but I fall headlong into the work now. Man, I love this Inkonon. Photos come more easily now as I refuse to pause my constant search long enough to doubt again. I found myself by the abandoned DJ booth soon enough. Ben got some shots when he was going off. Panning around as I... Jesus Christ, just pan the lens around. I spy a member of the wedding family sitting on the stage steps, taking slow, long drags of a cigarette. The few billowing puffs of smoke he releases are aimed up at a nearby cracked window. God damn, smoking looks cool as fuck. Good thing not easy to come by at my age, or I'd sound like a gravel mixer when I speak. Well, Olivia already does, so buddy. Making the 2nd season of that show. Well, gosh dang, Como. I'm sure you'll deliver something wonderful as always. Even though I haven't watched any of it. I'm sure it's good. Would it kill you to show some interest in your friend, Safi? Would it kill you? Probably. I feel like if you're an autistic person, you by definition should understand like the kind of emotional, expectational dissonance that can occur that causes you to have friction with people that they don't know about. Where it's like, you know, I gave you this information so you could do something with it, and you didn't. Like, why didn't you do something with it? Why are you bothering me? I'm trying to work, etc., etc. Right? He breaks his leg and spine turns into a vegetable. He doesn't know that the underground isn't wheelchair accessible. Well, that's his fucking problem for not getting a wheelchair with legs. A leg chair, one might call it. Hey, kid. Wait. Without realizing, I've now taken several shots at this brooding figure. Is that why you took a shot of the fucking cowboy man earlier? He's apart from the main party. Jesus, don't use So maybe this is intruding on his... Hey, kid. He suddenly addresses me, far more nasally sounding. He speaks from his devilishly handsome features. Oh god, I'm not gay. Stop! He's married, Anon! At least get my good side, will ya? Devilish is right. He's got a wild quaff of red hair, long curly eyebrows, on his grinning yellow mug. I freeze up at getting caught, suddenly fumbling the device in my hands. Sorry, didn't mean to make creep shots. Wild Wild West had wheelchair with legs. Hell yeah, baby. Kick a man in the dick with your chair. It's alright then. Rolls his head back and forth as the cigarette flicks from one side of mouth to the other. People say I got a resting bitch face. Not how I'd put it. Not like perpetual cockiness etched into a smiling muzzle. They didn't have the budget for another character sprite, Anon. Though I can't lie, I'm pretty exhausted, kid. Especially after I had to carry the missus down all the way to the car. Oh damn, he's the groom? I'm so out of it now. So we're gonna take a photo or what? Yeah, sure thing. There's the camera. The groom poses like the thinker, taking a hands-free drag from his quickly disappearing sig. A few shots here and there, and I'm proud of how some came out, even if they'll end up getting tossed. Not bad, if I say so myself. The groom puffs out a cloud of smoke away from me before leaning in. It smells like the upholstery of my dad's Cadillac. Smoke in solid form. I slowly shift through each photo, instantly clicking past the more blurry ones. It's pretty good, kid. You managed to make this mug of mine look halfway decent. He emits a scratchy cackle, taking one last puff of his cig, before snuffing the remainder on the floor under heel. There's no way they're getting back their deposit on this place. Even ignoring the floor damage there, the corner will smell like smoke for weeks. Oh, thanks, sir, but why are we out here? Isn't this, happiest day of your life or something like that? Lets out another slow, low cackle as he strikes up another coffin nail. He takes a drag. A long one. How does he have this lung capacity? Watch in amazement as he pulls it down to the filter in a matter of seconds. He billows out like a dragon over half a minute. God damn it, I could use one of those! Probably not right to ask for it, since he knows I'm still in high school. Feels to me like Anon's muttering isn't as big of a thing right now. And I'm gonna riz up the groom, goddamn. Yeah, of course. Just take it a breathe. Oh, wait. Yeah, of course. Just... Oh, wait, no. Who? Yeah, of course. Just take in the breather. Somehow I don't think that applies when you're smoking like a freight train. Been a hell of a day! And exhaustion, too. The missus is certainly having fun, but in a few hours we'll be no longer bachelor bed, and I'll be listening to a moan about how sure she is. Another healthy puff of smoke, now from his nostrils. But hey, that's the price. Holy matrimony and all that jazz. This guy's pretty open to some dumbass kid who's barely passively photographizing his happiest day. Then he invites me over with a motioning hand towards the stage. You know, you've been going around all receptions, snapping photos. How do you take a break too? I accept. This guy's got an odd sort of charisma about him. It doesn't feel like something Yannicka would yell at me for, since I was invited by the groom himself. He's already fiddling with a wrapper on a sealed cigarette pack as he says, Trent told me about you, you know. Trent told me about you, you know. Who? Your camera teacher, or whatever he's called at your school. Says you're a good kid and all. A little bit clueless. I guess that might be fair. I certainly feel like it right now. He guffaws at that and refreshes his cigarette pipeline. Well, at least you admit it. How do you know him? Known each other for ages. Actually helps me meet the missus. Funny how things work out like that. Yeah, that guy hook you up? Where was your wingman? We both share a stupid grin at the low-hanging pun. He always hated when I called him that. I'd given him a lift to some field trip he had to chaperone. Well, I'm always the taxi service for my friends, so it's no skills off my back. Though, I could have taken the bus. As soon as I got there, I met the rest of his co-workers, including my would-be wife. Wait, your wife works at St. Hammond's? Oh, you didn't even know? Yeah, she's school's nurse. Hey, hold up. You're the human kid that got bodied the first day of the year, right? He laughs as I throw a hand up to cover my face. My reputation truly precedes me. He points over to the wedding party, and I see her just as she waves to her husband exuberantly above the crowd. He reciprocates before switching to, "The old prick tricked me into chaperoning too." Oh, wait. Jesus Christ, it is so hard to figure out who's talking in this. "The old prick tricked me into chaperoning too. You could use the time to get to know her better. I'm sure you two will get along famously. Looking back, I think it was a red flag. Green flag? Good omen. Did he vouch for someone like that?" Sounds like Attica and can't help but set people on a path of what's good for them. Gotta think it personally sometime, if it weren't for him coming to bat. Wait. The groom's narrow features curve into a devious smirk. A devious lick? Oh, what you think of that? Ring a bell? What? No. He wags a finger at me. Oh, you can't pull a bullshit, kid. So you're telling me Attica's still playing the game of love? Not with high schoolers? I found my jaw set like cement as I fervently shook my head. Another student of his? A classmate, maybe. You're looking too much into it. My jaw unclasps painfully, just enough to say the words through my teeth. Oh, come on. I know you want to talk about girls. So it's good fun. Just humor me between us. Mano a mano. I believe he's just a good friend, is all. Yeah, can just help me out in getting there? Yeah, Olivia. She cute. What am I saying? I know your answer. This bastard's getting a real sadistic kick out of watching me squirm. Look, we got a few more minutes before Brazilla gets her maids or murdered to fight over the bouquet. I follow his gaze, thinking he was joking, but no. One of the bridesmaids is swinging around a chair in preparation for the ensuing melee. Chewbacca melee? Trent can't help you that. He's too subtle. But me? I'm nosy, and I got no shame. You say that again. So this good friend of yours, what's she like? That's complex. Oh? It certainly seemed to have piqued his interest with all the ribbon being just before that. Yeah, we didn't start off on good terms. She was like a feral goblin on wheels that I instantly butted heads with. That's still true, we still butt heads, but like in a bantering way. She's real introverted even with her friends. I mean, so am I, but the author doesn't like that because it means that we're both too passive to really engage with each other, and instead of inventing a reason why we would, we just fucking got crowbarred and my character got changed. You know how it goes. But then she'll hit on something she cares about and light up, you know? She'll be happy as she can be doing a painting or artistically recapping some anime. You never know how quiet she can be the rest of the time, make sure. The groom has stopped smoking, cigarette slowly burning to another in his hand. Yeah. Just makes you seek those moments is all. She's just really cool. Got it all out. I think so. I mean, no, I could talk more, but... Shit, kid. You got it bad. What? He removes his ring and waggles it in my face. You want it? You may need it more than I do. I frown at him, and he responds with another peal of laughter. Kidding. Oh, sorta. Honestly, it's pretty obvious to me. You never had a crush? I think back to some long-forgotten girl that I may have tried to woo. As only a first grader can before I got smacked down and my childish love crushed. No. You folks still together? Barely. I don't think I can describe them as loving in any way. Parental or romantic as far as I ever saw. Fuck, the only image of love I have is romance manga dating VNs. usually have to look up guides for the latter. No shame, my man. But I have to do it because it makes for better playthroughs. Because otherwise you end up in weird spaces. Trempt Lotacon says a devious lick and steals the support beam from the building. No! Iotacon, that's crime. That's criminal neglect and endangerment. Oh, where were we? Guess the answer if they love each other. Sorry, kid, that's a rough hand. He places a hand on my shoulder. Let me share a little anecdote about love, kid. You see my beautiful bride over there? If we had never met, this would have been and this was a happenstance meeting, I'd see her over there, and I just know I love her. I don't like that. I really don't like that. Listen, I think you can build a relationship out of a lot of stuff, but if your requirements for love is I look at someone and my body goes, fucking time, I don't know what to tell you, man. A lot more goes into a relationship than your capacity to stick a penis in there. I assure you. Like, the fuckability of someone's face does not inform you on how much of a bitch they are when you gotta console them, you know? How much energy do you gotta put in to make that work? You don't know! Your penis can't know! I sneer at that. You're getting my usual filter for adult conversation. Bullshit, you didn't say anything like that in your story. What did you... Mr. Yatacon need to trick you at all, won't you, son? Jeez, kid, real literalist, aren't you? Look, my point is you know what you want. However long it may take for you to acknowledge it, when it's there, it's there. I say it's first sight. Players like you might try to rationalize it away. You want some catch-all. Some comforting puff piece that'll give you all the answers, but it ain't my job to convince you it's yours. This is more an Inko thing, if anything. Although I guess Anon might be in the same boat in that particular regard. Fuck. Yep. He flicks his last cigarette to the floor before quickly stomping it out. Break's over. Gotta run. The man gets up with a couple of flourishing passes over his suit, removing a latent dash. Hey, take some good pictures of me, will you? Almost at Secretine, you're on the clock. He takes off into the crowd, making his way to the bride for the night's climactic conclusion. Wouldn't it be great? Listen, I just feel like there'd be a great moment here. Like, Anon's trying to take it seriously. He's trying to actually get one up on Ben. He's having this talk. And then Olivia texts him. That kind of, like, unintentional, like, oh my god, Olivia, you've already been bothering me all day. And now, in the middle of, like, a good conversation, you come out like, god damn. You don't see that when you first see someone, how much they're going to text you when you want them to shut up already. Just set your phone to mute, Anon. It might be your only answer. Psst. Speak of the Green Devil. Checking the phone. It's actually another message from our group chat. The conversation really catalyzed that I need to figure my shit out. Maybe that man can help me. He's known Olivia for a while. And there's the blue prick snapping shots across the dance hall. Ben. I find it funny because that could also apply to Inko because, you know, he wears blue. And Ben is blue. Are they supposed to kiss? I don't trust his words on anything concerning Olivia, knowing what I do. For some reason, Mia springs to mind. I can barely wrap my head around all the vague shit she was getting at that previous Sunday. But it scratches the back of my mind incessantly. Maybe a bit more perspective from Ben could help somehow? I don't have the time for it, I know that. That doesn't mean I'll lose my chance. This wedding ends tonight, but talking can come sometime later. Besides, I sort of made unspoken promises to the groom whose name I still didn't know. I could look myself in the mirror if I let him down. Oh yeah, Mr. Yatacon too, I guess. Phone put away, and I'm back into the fray. Nice. Framed shots just keep falling into my view as I scan and walk the ballroom. Nerd-ass Ben can keep his rapid-fire snapshots in the same locales. I'm going for the big fish. Couples and families and candid noon shots. At some point, it's like the guest start to catch on, trying to fall into my path further than Ben's. I'm just gonna skip this because it's just some cute little padding. Man, my voice is so fucked up. I don't know what to do. I just want to download things. The hell is this? Oh yeah, that map. I just kind of listen. I'm just kind of zoning out here to this music, man. Wah, 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 wah. Just... my back. Was that a good idea? Maybe we'll never know. What's this? Dude, you can't just fucking... Why doesn't this show anything up? God damn it. I gotta get out. Hold up. I don't think you understand this is important. What is this book of templates? You can tem my plate any day of the week. What does that even mean, Safi? The answer is, I don't know. Okay. Let's just vibe a little bit, you know? Let's just relax. I'm... What is this? These links just don't work. I guess they're old. It's always kind of neat when a website updates and like you just lost it. It's gone now. Oh, that's fascinating. That's an interesting way to do that. The preview has the bookmarks, but not the actual pages. So you know what's in there, name-wise. Ugh, gosh. Doesn't even show up. So you got rid of the one book that I give a shit about? Goddamn. Man, I'm getting tired. That's just the truth, right? Ugh. I get all yawny. I kind of curl up in bed. Get a little sleepy. A little sleepy. Just a little sleepy. Anyway, let's move on. Where were we? Always like helping people develop this pretty fast. We'll get them out by the end of the month. After experiencing the only time I'll be so wanted in my life, I find the lull to reach out back into the venue and get some fresh air. Out back at the venue. Some of the brain knights grab me to get them all lined up. They want me for... That's just cute. Ben seems to be attempting much the same as he excused him away before walking to me. Not to toot my own horn, but no one is clamoring for him as he walks away. It's like, taking a breather, he asks me. I nod as he pushes a glass up before surveying the room. Well, the wedding's almost finished, and the most of the workload is behind us. That was good. Ben checks his phone before mumbling. 8 hours, sheesh. Tell me about it. I feel like my feet are about to fall off. I can imagine. Haven't had to work quite this hard in quite some time. School events pale in comparison. I spy the bride and groom across the room, embraced in one final dance of the night. Even as she slumps forward on him, and he keeps himself propped up on his tail. Oh no, is he inspiring the whole Olivia thing? Hey Ben, the breach is silent as he catches his attention. It's a weird question, but how'd you get together with Mia? He rubs the back of his neck. Oh, I don't think gossip is the best idea. You know Eric's thoughts as well as I do. What gossip? You're literally the guy! This is his first-hand witness account. Who's gossiping? Come on, I just asking out of sick curiosity. Oh, really? Forgive me for being caught, but why do you care? This is pretty hard for me to admit. Really? It has to stay between just you and I don't even know if... Anon, please. If it warrants discussion, consider it already buried. Just cut the suspense. A truth for a truth, then. I can't expect nothing for nothing. So, something for nothing. So I mumble out as fast as possible. I like Olivia. What was that? Oh, sorry, once more. I like Olivia. Well, of course you do. You've been hanging out with her a lot. You love her, that's the thing. Why is everyone extrapolating literally instantly? Anon, you're such a fucking nerd. I jerk mine in a different direction with each word to avoid his gaze. Fantastic, Anon. What a joy to hear, honestly. Well, you two are getting along don't use a same kind of manner of phrase like that if you can help it in the same chapter, because it implies that Ben and Iadakon have a better relationship than they kind of have according to what we can tell. Like, Iadakon and Ben's relationship is very odd, since we don't get that much detail on it. You know, she could really use the... listen, I should for the confidence, but that's what I wanted to know about you and Mia. No, it isn't really close, but damn it, I don't have any clue what's happening, much less what I'll do. Oh, I haven't thought it that way. I just asked honestly when I realized. Realized? Why do you care then? Why do you care if I want to be friends with Olive? Yes, that I loved Olivia. I cringe imperceptibly at the love word. Do I love Olivia? I certainly like her, but what's the difference even? Well, okay, but this is just between us for my part too. Quite honestly, Mermaid, well, just don't have loose lips for both of us, okay? It was the second quarter of freshman year. Hold up, we need a slightly more I guess night walk will work. It was the second quarter of freshman year. Some weeks prior, Olivia and I had a falling out. Details unimportant. Oh, they aren't, but I'll keep my mouth shut. If I recall, Mia hadn't been at the same middle school for the majority of class, so she was an unknown quantity. She wasn't too different back then, albeit less outspoken, fresh. She was much more of a wallflower if you can imagine it. She still had a fair share of disciplinary run-ins, and when I met her one day, I had to pass through the detention class to get some student council paperwork. It was, well, silly to say, but we almost had an instant spark when we saw each other. I don't like how many characters in this story, in this fucking chapter, are like love at first sight. It's Anon and Olivia to an extent. Not necessarily, but the whole, like, hallway thing technically implies it. Even though it's supposed to be the other way around, because, again, demo is non-canon. And there's the bride and groom to an extent, or at least the implied. It's really weird. I personally would have preferred it if it wasn't love at first sight. It was this thing that built up over time, right? Between Ben and Mia. Because they've been around for a while. Whatever they have has been built up more than it was just a spark. Because you don't get this far without a problem or two and having to resolve that. Right? If you can imagine. Okay. Like, not that I have something against, like, instant romance. Don't get me wrong, but... At the very least, it got her to approach me next day during lunch. She was so shy, still let Kichi scold the whole while. I guess I saw her as someone who needed help. In what way? Oh, you know, everyone needs something. I figured you could use a friend to help keep her out of trouble. We hit off soon enough. She had, well, her life at home was tumultuous, to put it lightly. I helped her in her classes where I could. More so by helping her prevent fluke events from tarnishing her records. What'd you get out of it? He doesn't seem to have an answer ready for that one. But do I get out of it? I mean, relationships aren't exactly meant to be viewed as quid pro quo. Well, it's healthier if you do. If you have an extent of, like, giving for something, then you keep in mind that the other person has wants and needs too, and you need to give something. Like, it's not an equivalent exchange, necessarily. It is like communism. Each to their ability, each to their need. But, you can't just... Like, if... It has to be quid pro quo, because otherwise it feels one-sided and abusive in a way. Yeah, you know? Like, you don't want to call it a business-like term, but it is kind of what it's supposed to be. But if I had one thing to... So say one thing she gave me, it was, well, acceptance for who I am. I can't get much more specific. I love how, because we already know the plot, it's... But Mia helped me with a much more troublesome aspects of myself than I care to admit. We still help each other to this day. By getting her out of trouble? He's a bit embarrassed at that. I wouldn't phrase it like that. She's harmless, at least, save for a few outliers where she forgets her strength. Like with you on the first day of school. Yeah, like with me. Lucky me. Lucky me. I think I'm kind of starting to get it. That can be a real steel trap when you have something to guard. That's love. To help your partner when they can't help themselves, even if they don't know it. Isn't that quid pro quo, though? Like, isn't that just an equivalent exchange? Like, I guess it's not, like, literally numerically. But you give because you expect to be given. That's, like, the deal, right? That's right, a lot of relationships fall apart is because the equivalence isn't properly communicated, and so it creates friction, whatever. Does she still help you? His smile falters for a second before quickly replenishing? Without hesitation. I wouldn't be the man I am today without her. Hesitation followed by a random undertone. Something slithers just beneath the surface that... Jesus Christ, what is this overwritten bunch of sentences? Anon, just talk English. You're not an art boy. Ben's facade is slipping more and more. Jesus Christ, judgmental assholes, shut up. He's being nice, he's answering your question, and you're being a little shit about it. I thought you were growing. I'm trying not to pry, but I'll fucking judge his ass for it. Jesus. I guess I got what I wanted. Jesus! I like how Anna was all like, I'm growing, I'm a better person. Then he pulls this shit. Ooh. Thanks, Ben. I think that helped me a little bit. Still, you think on it, definitely. None. I'm glad to be of assistance, and I wish you the best of luck with Olivia. He smiles relaxed again as I back off from the sore spot. And not to put pressure, but don't overthink it. Don't know, I almost did before me. I made the first move. I don't think Olivia will be in your case. That's a disconcerting thought, but probably true. Damn. Back to the event. How are you feeling about your pictures tonight? Mine came out phenomenally. The equipment really does make it a breeze. What about you? Honestly, I feel like I didn't get into the rhythm until about halfway through. You gotta warm up! Even the ones I do have, not really phenomenal by my standards. Oh, I'm sure you did fine. This isn't some art house piece. Capturing the event was all that was asked. Yeah, I know, but like it's a wedding. But like there should have been one moment that really stood out and just clicked. As I say this, Jesus, listen. The core idea of this scene, right, is that Inko needed to understand that he can't just be the fucking boring ass, like, this isn't Anon's lesson to learn. Are we gonna copy-paste this? Yeah, he's doing this. Again, this is Inko's thing. Anon is learning a whole separate lesson here. Right? I'll get to that. I have it written down over here. Also, this makes way more sense for Inko, who, again, it has a lot more involvement with the camera. And, like, so it being an automatism makes more sense. Whatever. Also, what? Like, it's worth pointing out that I guess, technically speaking, we have established something similar early on with the guy. It's just really weird what we're doing here, right? What we've done in this chapter is so broad in terms of what it's trying to achieve. And it's so, fucking break your chapters up, man. Jesus. One phone door would break the SD. Like, shouldn't Ben have a tighter judgment about the fact that Anon is sneaking up on someone's life just after he talked about stuff where he wants to be private? Like, oh, you might be capturing something they don't want captured, you know? But no, we're not going to draw more parallels. That require Olivia has the capacity to be annoying, and we can't have that. I God, it wasn't for you. Or they're done. Oh, absolutely. Oh, shut up. Jesus Christ, Anna, you've had your moments today. Don't talk like that. Also, 8 hours. Isn't this after school? So, like, they're out, what, 4, 5 p.m.? If they've been up for 8 hours, shouldn't it be, like, 1 a.m.? Assuming everything went, like, I don't know, man. The timing is weird in my head. Anyway, Yadakan's out of his debt. We're just repeating shit. You can just cut this out earlier and make it here. Like, keep the important one, the rest out. Have Yadakan say, like, it looks like you had a good time, etc., etc. The preview scene, which, again... Meeting man asked yet. Give the radish seeds. Oh no, the seeds have been given. Only a handful of seeds. This calls for a reward. Oh no. Why is Anon at the wedding? Anon's at the wedding because Yadakan asked him to go to the wedding. If you want a deeper narrative analysis, I'm sorry, man. The 7-hour fucking retrospective analysis YouTube essay is coming in next month. It'll be 90% me just yelling real loud. You barely understand me. But luckily for you, the entire script is in the transcript for the YouTube video, so you can just turn on closed captions and you'll have everything in there. Man, I love it when people do that. Those people are the true saints of humanity. Goddamn. Because I have issues understanding people English sometimes a little bit. Oh no, he's a liar. I mean, the reason your first thoughts are... Listen. So, Anon, this doesn't work, right? Why would I jump to that? Well, I know why, but why would it be my first thought? Because that's what... You jump to your first thought by definition. Also, Anon, you're a pervert who owns a bunch of fucking hentai. Of course that's where your brain goes. Why is this a mystery to you? Like, my man, you could be holding on to an active vibrator, and it wouldn't be more obvious. Still 10 p.m. And he still has to get home and clean up. Like, they're not done yet. I'm not really making a long essay. The main reason I don't do long essays is partially because I'm not that smart. Partially because I can't edit at all. And I don't do a lot with script writing. Because there's a bone in my body that's absent that's needed for that kind of... I can talk for hours on end, but I can't edit a script for shit, right? These are two separate things. Actually, I have attempted to do it once, and I just forgot about it and never made the video. It was alright. Maybe I can get Como to help me. I say that, and then I'll never do it. That's the magic. We're back at school. Why are you back at school? You had a school day. It's 10 p.m. The mock to catch the Midnight Metro is a chilly one. I have to break out on the... What is it? This rate. Shirt over... He wears long sleeve shirts over short sleeve shirts over long sleeve shirts. There's something there. There's something there! Why are we crowbarring in? What the fuck is going on? Hold up. Sorry for... He was definitely sleeping. Yeah, because it's like, what, 1 a.m., 10 p.m.? It's way late, and they drop you off at school. That feels like a bad... Why can't you just drop Ben at home? You're a teacher! Have some fucking courtesy to your students! They have to go to school! It was wired in an instant. She wasn't a Brachiosaurus for some reason, but I knew it was her! I love those dreams, where it's like, they don't look like them, but I know it's them. Back in Kansas. So, we'll get to why Inko shouldn't do this in the original game, and it has a lot to do with how Inko functions as a character, how he externalizes his opinions, and why for Anon it kind of makes sense. But we had the Ben scene. Why are we doubling up? What is this fucking chapter? This chapter feels so weirdly insecure. Like the writing is a little too overdone. Topically, it's going a little low. It's really weird. I don't like this chapter much at all. This chapter feels very clumsy. God damn it. No trump card for A-Man. Well, you can buy Trump coin, I've been told. Probably tanked like every other fucking crypto out there, but hey. It can only go up! There's only isn't one, man. Just be yourself. How would you know, Damien? You literally don't recognize that you have a girlfriend for way too long. That's some after-school bullshit. Also, it's like, you've technically been told the same thing by 3 fucking people today, Anon! What else are friends from giving up sleep for love? It really doesn't feel like Damien. Damien would drop it or pretend to be stupid. Later, Gator Dater. That's a really good one, actually. This guy himself is clueless to Liz's affections. To get with Olivia? Fuck. The poor choice, Anon. This is like where someone pulls out the sentence mixture and goes like, some cheat code to get with Olivia. Fuck! Fuck! Get with Olivia. Fuck! With Olivia. Seriously, try to get a VN guide for real life. I'm so fucking hopeless. Well, you know, Anon, if we get the mod, we can make one. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What is love? I still don't get what this chapter's actually trying to do, like, mechanically. It's so broad. Anyway, let's look at the comments, because they seemed interesting. Some of the different fucking suck, because I'm getting a little tired of this. Let's do this. This class sucks. Bro, cooked and grilled. Like I said, man, everyone gets the fucking compliments and backpats, but I don't! I never do! God damn it. I'm gonna die and I'm gonna wake up, and God's gonna be there just fucking laughing his ass off. You know, at least I'll be in on the joke at that point. At least I'll be in on the joke at that point. An actual Snoot game antagonist. Color me surprised. Fuck off, man. Don't go there. Don't say it like that. Think it's trying to have its cake and eat it too. What do you mean? Like, I agree with your sentiment, but I would like to hear it from you too. Often when I say that, I don't actually fully get what someone's trying to say. Because I'm a bit of an idiot. Which means I often ask for a clarifying question. And I've learned that it's a hell of a lot better than just pretending, you know. I think it was odd how Lily gained from trying to talk to Ben or Damien and why it couldn't just happen later. I mean, it's about Inko has to find focus and confidence in himself, right? Because if he externalizes his problems, then, you know, that's what fucking Redditors are, right? They go on Reddit and they ask for questions for... That's the point. He needs to trust himself and figure himself out. Realism can go fuck itself. It's a fucking story. The point of literature is to be the better version of reality where things work. More importantly, here we go. So, like, the reason that Anon asking Damien and Ben for questions makes sense, because Anon's an introvert, and he kind of needs to step outside of his comfort zone and learn to be more social. Also, Anon has a very warped worldview. Because, like, Anon as a person does not perceive reality as it is, so having him talk to other people to be broken out of that makes sense. Like, you can make that the point. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess. Anon both gets all the pictures and focuses on his work, and he gets all the conversations, and that is... Yeah, I guess that's why it feels so wrong, but it's part of the problem. There is more to it. Wait, wasn't the trash collection scene? What the fuck is going on, man? So we have the opening scene with Ben and Mia on the... Jeez, fucking slow down a little, man. Put on the brakes. Like, there's a reason why Inko can't do both. One of the complaints I heard of this fic is that you made Anon retrace Inko's actions too much. This is a step... It's not! You're just doing the same retracing twice! Goddamn. Do I even want to read the comments? Because it really does sound like no one seems to understand what the actual problem, what the elephant in the room is. I don't like this elephant, okay? He's smelly and stinky. Thanks for that shutout. Goddamn. I think I'm getting a little fed up from these comments, because a lot of them seem to be blind to the actual problems, you know? Everyone. Listen, I'm just mad that I don't get any pats on the back. Just pretend it's that. Pretend I'm completely wrong, and my only problem is that my own ego isn't getting stroked enough, and you can just leave. You can just call it quits, and you can never come back again. You can sleep soundly knowing that I am wrong, or you can stick around and listen to me thinking that you left the cake on the table, my man. These thunder thighs, these cheeks are not clapping. Sorry, I'm thinking. Who killed Captain Anon? Wait a minute, let's see. Fun fact. Caveman I was opposed to there being an ending 4 in Snoot game at all. The original storyboard, the best ending was slightly different ending 3. They break up instead of Anon going to the military. So it's ending 2? It's AO3, so it's a dick criticism. And if you have actual criticism, they hate you and you get chased away. Where's my dick sucking? That's my problem. I want to tell commenters they're stupid and don't understand what's wrong with my writing. I want them to go, oh, that's so nice, Safi. Did such a great job. Like, you motherfucker, don't you see how that conversation doesn't even work? It'll be the best moment of my life. Oh. Honestly, this entire conversation feels hilarious to me. Like, Snoot game is so old by this point. Like, it's a couple of years old. Caveman Out has released a whole fucking separate game. Goodbye Volcano High has come out. Like, So how's Encore doing? Because I know Snoot game Encore, how's that coming along? Aren't they, like, shifting engines again? And so they're, like, 18,000 years behind again? Because as much as I don't feel like doing it, I feel like I kind of have to. There's a mandatory obligation to do it. Also, where the fuck's Scary Dave been? If he died, I'm gonna be so mad at him. He will not get off easy if he fucking died. You goddamn hear me? Scary Dave, if you're dead, you're gonna get it. I will find a way to make you get it. My brain sometimes just shuts off and I don't know why. I'm not that smart, I guess. Oh, that's done? How weird. Thought that would be a bit longer of an LP. How sad. Hey, does anyone know, like, a good thing for, what's it called? What's it called? Tabletop Simulator. Just like an object you can put down that's just a fucking map you can resize a little easier. Because I really just need an object that just goes pow. MTG Delirium counter? Fucking Delirium this. Those images from file creating a tile. My attention. That's fascinating. Seffi is now the... No, it's not. But this stream is practically over, and I'm sad and upset, and I want to fucking throw myself off a cliff, so you know how it goes. There she blows, that mo, whichever way the wind blows. Ran by to Kadat, and 3 or 4 months later, why? Both times they said it was easier to use. It's cyclical. That's how software development works. You always get tempted by the newest, and you're like, man, I need this feature. This has this feature. Oh, but I need this feature. Oh, this has this feature. Oh. If I was on that team and I was the manager, I'd be yelling my ass off. I could have been in that one fucking thing as a writer, but I didn't. They still made the right call, in my opinion. Reading comments, that's what I'm doing. Fang quits the band and all of her good endings. I thought that Fang was going to come up. I'm a great fan of ending for both games, so Snoot game is much worse in that regard. It's one thing for a golden ending to have all characters' problems resolved by the end is entirely different can of worms when their rights and personal flaws disappear into thin air. But the thing about Snoot game is that the actual ending for it takes place like several years in the future. They had time to grow and become better people. Because remember, it's 6 months in which Anon kind of fixes a lot of problems. I don't think there's any lying in blackmail seeing Wani. And the anything of having blackmail is justified by me trying to. It's never explained in Wani how she finds out. Yeah. Yeah, that whole Wani fixer are too similar to Wani criticisms are valid, also ignoring the fact that Wani is a far more concise game. Like Snoot game not only happens much longer than Wani. Wani happens over 4 months. Yeah, that's true. Snoot over 6 months, but also both characters and set story are much more open-ended than Wani. Like on one hand, it's easy to imagine if Figueroa ends up with Rosa or Stella or some OC, but can you imagine Inko ending up with Lunera or Kiara? Again, making the fictive version one. Yeah, that is one thing that I do kind of have to agree with. Is I do like Anon more as a protagonist than I do Inko, because Inko has like a point, and he's a bit boring outside of that point. When it comes to the Virtue feud is to come to mind, Anon interrupting Yarakan when he wants to axe the painting because he would want to steal. Yeah, because Anon is like, I want to preserve my painting, so it would make sense that he would try to interview with that. I could see Anon confessing to Olivia before Yarakan dies, maybe mumbling into that just like in Snoot. A completely different date than in Wani. Imagine them going to some sort of anime con, which would work for the characters, I guess. Yarakan's passing would have a different reaction with Inko. Are Yarakan and Inko even that close like he was with Inko? Was he even close with Inko all that much? Felt more like a via in that to those characters. Second altercation between Olivia and Mia will be vastly different depending on how you play it. If you make it the same as Wani, Mia somewhat like this, I could see Wani going ballistic. Not because he likes her, but because Mia, it's all about how inadequate she feels. And if we're going a survival instinct for Arch, Chima pointing out that she totally is a problem girl, and the bench would not forgive her if he knew that she was. Yeah, that's an interesting thing to point out. How would Ben feel about that? We could go to the logical conclusion and have Mia not blackmail Olivia. Thanks to Anon's vigilance, the whole contest rigging didn't pan out, and the painting got removed from the contest already. Meaning that if people knew that it was Olivia who painted it, that wouldn't mean shit. Thanks to Anon, since unlike Inko, he did not even enter that contest legally, meaning that his reputation could not be damaged. Also, Anon doesn't care about his reputation, in that sense. I also feel like when the art contest never really had a consequence outside of Mia, like, I don't know. Yeah, true. The art contest was a bit... Again! It's the demo! Snake game, but Anon is Ulysses can only communicate by like 5 words. The bear, the bull, the machine, the courier, and the divide. Listen. You listen. You don't understand how much I want to write something that goes in the cadence of, say, Disco Elysium, where the protagonist has several intonation voices in their head that they use to rationalize the situation. To me, it feels like a fantastic way to rewrite Call Me Fang, to rewrite Trico as rationalizing the environment and world around him and his abilities to read minds and shit as like other personalities in a way to distance himself from the fact that he's basically committing some non-consensual whack shit. All I'm saying, where's my blowjob? From the comments. Oh, I forgot that this comment streak goes on a while. The 5-year break is oddly written, honestly. Because N4 was written before the bonus episodes. On the bonus episodes, forgot just N4 to adjust N4 for the lower bonus. Wani Gator, but it's actually in real life, and Inko is just schizophrenic. Listen, I personally kind of love, like, I would never write it because I personally am too attached to character design in that way. But I would love a story where it's like it's night in the woods. Everyone is a fucking animal, but it's like, no, they're not. They're just human, and this guy's just fucking weird. They're not a furry. They're just fucking weird about it because it's just funny, and you could tie it into the character. And you're like, oh, that's fucking depressing. How can I ever look at this cute cat the same again? I'm gonna squish the cheeks. It's fine. Bonds. Did you know Bond reached mimetic fame in the Snoot community? Well, it's a good fic. I personally find a bit too dramatic, or the fact that it takes too much artistic license when it comes to what? What kind of line is that? Bonds, the fic, takes too much artistic license when it comes to genetics. What? What? Hold the phone. Hold the phone. What? I don't know if I'm ready for this. I'm gonna move on. Wrong. The only thing Strish was do was do double based out or visage being ultimate to persona. It's never explained properly why Fang abandons her musical career by NE4. I think this is why Olivia in the epilogue makes and sells paintings, as a direct result of people complaining that Fang abandoned music in Ending 4. Well, the actual problem with Ending 4 right now is that the AI art has replaced all this in the corporate sphere, so, like, Olivia's out of a job. She's going to be drawing furry dicks for the rest of her life, and nothing you can do about that. On the plus side, furry dicks do pay better per work hour. Bonds is regarded to be the best fic ever made for Snoot. I don't know, haven't read it. Shall I put it on the table? Because I'm tempted. Mostly because it'll be a great way to commit suicide. I don't know what. Here we go. I think I found it. Bonds. It's only 1,800,000 words, which is 180,000 words. Oh, I'm wrong. There are 2 chapters. There's an extra. Okay, so it's 200,000 words. What a concept! Do I wanna? For the biggest fic around, it's still small to something that I think probably re-upload. Well, the community wasn't as big. Who knows? Listen, if you're not gonna give me $50 for the trouble, I'm not gonna do it. You have no leverage. Man, it's so weird to see it's the best, it's the greatest fic ever, and it's like 10 comments on the opening chapter. What a big fucking chapter. Woof. How strange. Just feels weird to me. Maybe I should finish Cell's weird antics. It'll be a nice palate cleanser. I mean, this stream hasn't gone on for that long either. Hey, how about you tell me what chapter we were in, and I'll take a break, and we'll finish it up. After I'm done reading the comments, at least. I'll go read the comments, then I'll go get a potty break. Or a bio break, as people call it nowadays. Fuck off, man. I'm going to go to the bathroom and take a piss. YouTube can fuck itself. I will never fall that way. I don't want to. I don't care. This isn't my job. I don't get paid. What do I have to lose? What do I have to gain? She's developed PTSD since her past. Not sure. Okay. People forget Lucy's single most important character trait. She's extremely weak-willed to a pathological degree. Fixed end 4. And now it's going to college and nothing on the con. I mean, nothing to something, something to nothing, or whatever. Like we live in the modern age, but we can't make a fucking phone call. God damn. Jesus Christ, these people are having a fun argument. Look at this argument. I read it yesterday. It's quite good, but once again, it's one of those cases of Fang being extremely glamorized. Hold up. Broken Wings is kind of bad. An E2 Kofic, which goes from E2 to E plus within 3 chapters, and it's like 20. I think someone already mentioned Broken Wings. I think it's in my to read list. Let me pull it up. I can't focus, and I still have to pee. I'm not very good at my job. I'm not very good at my job. I'm not very good at my job. So shoot off my dick. Ah! I got shot in the PP. Got shot in the PP. I got shot in the PP. That was a bad idea. Oh, here we go. Broken Wings is on my to read list. Actually, after Punch Drunk Gator was technically the next one in line. I think this is my latest to read list. It's 2 months old. I think this is the one. Why the fuck did I start to do I Wani Kiss that then? Oh, because I did a vote. And everyone was like, this is that one. And after that, we got Tory Game, which has an Inko I don't like. It's 80,000 words. It's a hell of a lot better than usual. Okay, but I'm gonna go with it. May was way too easily. Each time she was an issue in Wani, I definitely think that it worked. Is that it? It's so, you know what's really weird about this, right? Is this guy's writing an entire fic about putting Anon in Wani, and like he doesn't like Wani? It's so goofy. And he's like quoting the shit verbatim. It's like, my man. Ah, This empty Emmy knows my favorite line and has a much stronger personality than Inko. Inko has a personality. It's just too specific. Inko sometimes has kind of that's his point. He's a little lapdog. Like when he sees Olivia being harassed by three girls, hearing all the insults, and he says, "Is this bullying?" Yeah, because he's a big fucking clueless clown, and it's adorable. Because Inko lives in a fantasy land. He watches the whole exchange. So, like, I've had three ideas in my head right now that I kind of want to write, but I'm kind of annoyed that I write mostly about Anon, and I'm not giving my OCs any room to breathe, and I want to write about them too. So I got one with Anon and Olivia. I got one with Anon and Mia. Then I got a thing for Olivia because I kind of want to do something with her and goodbye Volcano High because I once did that for I think for something I had that planned, but I never got around to it. Outside of that, I don't know. I'm just kind of muddling with things in my brain as it goes. As it goes. Forgot what I was gonna say. Like I said, we'll get to the. There's Bloodstained Blizzard. It's Snoot game, but D transferred to Volcano High. Snoot game is happening, but D what? What? Tough feeling when you're restoring something and never feel the same. Aww. Got my hands on a Project Smith and Wesson 1917 a few years back. Light of an old mentor of mine who taught me how to shoot one end, replacing the barrel cylinder and changing the bucket. They never feel the same as it did. Shame out to sell to pay the bills. What is love? So yeah, that's that. I think I'm gonna go. And as I said, I'm gonna go to the party. And we're just gonna finish Cell's weird trip. How about that? How about that? Jesse, we need to cook tank elixir. I'm gonna remind everyone that we should let's all go to the lobby. 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 I almost stopped the stream. What happened? What was posted? I saw that, but I'm going to the bathroom now. So, you know, just how it goes sometimes. What is this? You should try Falling Down 1E2. Is that on my to-read list? I think it is. It sounds familiar, at least. No, that's Fallen Return I'm thinking of. Fallen Down. Hold up. Hold up. There's only one Fallen Down I'm willing to subscribe to. Falling down the stairs. It's in Spanish, you jerk! I can't read that! I've been fooled. Oh, I've been had and conned. Fine, let's do actual Fallen on Undertale, okay? Goat Mom! She's actually a dragon. How is it only an hour and a half? Always put pappy balls. I love thinking about that gif where the ferret's like with the lanes. Hold on! There's Falling Down. There is Falling Down. Is that the same? Is that the same? There's an English translation. Olivia consumed by guilt and loss! Lost.jpg! Struggles to find redemption after a tragic event that has left her emotionally shattered and distant from Inko. Inko, meanwhile, wants love to the rest of the... Isn't the whole point of ending 1 that he turns into a giant fucking asshole? And ending 2 he's just kind of a simp? Under maintenance to improve translation. We'll fucking maintain this. Good job. Got him. It's more a tale of broken love. It's a reflection of the mistakes we make, the decisions that haunt us, the bonds that, while fractured, can never completely break. No! I tried my best, but I couldn't break it. Alright, let's... The boy Silver Gunner Falling Down. Hold up. We're going to the Siva Gunner wiki. I call it, and listen, I know that it's Siva Gunner, right? It's 2 eyes, but I always see Silva. I don't know which one's appropriate. Which one's appropriate? Is it Silva Gunner? As in Peppa Sylvia? Or is it Siva Gunner? Siva Gunner. Does it matter? RIP! Ba 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 ba. Shit. There's a pronunciation guide, but it's fucking in that weird English that I don't speak. Okay, we can figure this out. We just have to try. It starts with an S, which is just a fucking S, I imagine. Sigh. C. Oh no, yeah, C. V. Sieve. Sieve. It's a little upside down wiggly E. It's that funny E that we all like to talk about. And shut up and slam. And welcome to the jam about, comma, Siva Gunner, I guess. I guess it's just Siva Gunner. That was right. It makes me sad. It's a weak vowel. This vowel does not, in fact, have hands. There's got to be more Undertale rips for Fallen Down, right? Where are they? Oh, it's a whole fucking category. 21? Which one do you want me to use? It's too many. We could just play them all, I guess. It's so much work. Empty House and Fallen Down Reprisal. God damn. Whatever. We need a goofier song for a goofier time. Yeah, it'll work for now, I guess. Welcome to Sol's Weird Trip. Hold on, I'm just gonna look up and see where Sol's Weird Trip is for me, so we can get that taken care of and straightened out, and we can wear the appropriate vest. So what was I thinking about again? My brain is just so out of it today. I want to search there. I want to look for a cell. Really? Only the first one I uploaded? How weird. Go on. Surely I'll find the reason for these questions. God damn it, I love our use of titles. Okay, well, we'll have to figure it out, and we'll have to decide for it. We'll have to make our own fate. Let's just go. Let's just go. The next morning, they got up and proceeded to get ready. It was Monday, so Trish had to get ready for school, so agreed to go just to see this place. Cause oh, I think we already did this one. Trish got so fucking strong. Yeah, I think we already did this one. Just been a little bit. It was Saturday. Now was a regular training session between Cell. Now, regular training session between Cell and Trish was underway. The two were getting along as they usually do, and Trish was getting a better handle on everything Cell had taught her. She knew how to fly now, but didn't use it that often. She knew the Kamehameha and was a common one for her to use in sparring matches. Cell even taught her instant transmission. She mostly used that. Of course she had. She was taught how to use sense energy before any of this. God damn it, don't tell me my power level. That's illegal. It's a crime. I don't want to know. I just don't want to know. I think I'm gonna add those two to my listing, though. What was the word just recommended? One thing I have to compliment about you is that you are a quick learner. Well, it helps that I have a good teacher. They smiled at each other and stood for a moment, looking into each other's eyes. He could tell that Trish had something to ask of him. I was wondering if you want to go somewhere tomorrow. I have a band gig at a restaurant, and I want you to be there. Cell did not hesitate. He knew her true passion wasn't inviting, and they had trained their heart out as is. I'll be there. Trish smiled and nodded as they continued and finished today's training and a sparring match. Tomorrow came, and soon enough they were at Dino Moose. The band was setting up their equipment, and Anon and Cell were tasked with the other equipment. Sorry. They did the instruments. Anon and Cell did the other equipment. Even if they did not know what they were doing. Looks like there's one cord here that's just unplugged. Cell looked where Anon was pointing. Ah, it seems there he is. If we plug it in somewhere, let's see what the others have to say before we touch it. The last thing I'd want to do is touch a nerve with Trish. I got a point. Anon called out to Trish to see if she could answer his predicament. She put a hand on her snout, looking visibly annoyed. No, don't plug it in. Leave free to manage the cables. Well, someone might try to... No one is going to trip on it, dumbass. If I see either of you touch it, especially you, Anon, you're in for a world of hurt. Trish left the room to continue getting her base set up. Well, there's the answer. Yeah, let's not ever touch that. They both exited the back room as the concert was finished setting up. The concert itself went extremely well. People were cheering on Worm Drama as they play. The band playing better than it ever has. There was nothing that could ruin the show. Ruin? Nothing at all. By the end of it, the band members were tired and everyone in the crowd had gone home. They sure did, buddy. They sure did. Oh, whoops. It was just Cell, Trish, Fang, Reed, and Anon left to clean up the place. Cell had used his levitation powers to push the Trish and put it into a bag, while the others used brooms and swept the place. He put Trish into a bag? You could just pick up a damn broom. That would be inefficient. Fang shrugged at this and continued to sweep until there was nothing left to sweep. After the place was tidied and everyone went on their way home, it was just Trish and Cell. He could tell Trish had something on her mind and waited patiently until Trish had something. So I want to ask you something. What are you wanting to tell me? I like you more than anybody else. I want to be more than just friends with you. Cell looked at her confused for a moment before understanding what she was trying to say. He smiled before answering her confession. He put a hand on her shoulder. If it is with you, I'll be more than happy to. Trish smiled in response to his answer. She then hugged him hard unexpectedly. Trish gently hugged her. The prose is disintegrating! The prose is disintegrating! Trish gently hugged her back and picked her up. They stood there for some time before Jell gently let her down after hearing a voice behind them. I knew. Oh no, someone knew. Man, these chapters are picking up. Man, the prose is disintegrating. God damn it. This is a fantastic fic, you have no idea. Why is no one sucking this man's dick? He's written Da Vinci. Motherfucking painting Shakespeare here out of sleeve. Cell turned around in the response to the voice. However, this individual had a lot to answer for. The mysterious individual was short with grayskin and elf-like ears. And who might you be? I'm the Supreme Guy, and I've come here to request your help. Why would you need my help? For what reason? There's a monster out there that can wipe out entire galaxies heading to your dimension as we speak. Cell was shocked at this. How would that monster even get here? With a taxi? Could you tell me something about this monster? Yes, there is, in fact. Monster goes by the name Majin Buu. We used to play hacky sack together. Trish, being the most confused at this, decided to butt in. Let me get this straight. There's a monster headed in this corporeal dimension or some shit that can wipe out galaxies? Well, they need a submarine, yes. You're so fucked. That's so hopeless. Go on escaping the monster, babe. We don't know for how long he can. Cell clenched his teeth at the mention of that name. Supreme Kai could tell by the look on Cell's face that he was bothered by it. Oh, calm yourself, Cell. Now's not the time to be fighting among one another. Among us? Very well. The situation does indeed sound dire. I shall put my hatred aside. But when this is over, there will be nothing getting in between me and Son Gohan. I understand. I mean, honestly, I'm not really into it, so that's just how it is, I guess. Ooh. My throat's already fucked up, and I'm just making it worse. I'm just taking a fucking shotgun shell to the throat here. Oh, hell yeah. I got money in the bank! Despite everything, it's actually pretty good. I might just make it out of this month without... Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's an incongruent amount of money. What happened? Yeah, that's... Well, I'm gonna assume that makes sense then. But that is a little worrying. Whatever, man. You should know your place. I shall stop your little monster problem. My task for you is to warn the others of this. I won't let you down. Majin Buu was dominating Gohan, who was trying his best to stop the monster from entering the portal that Majin made. Majin Buu is bored of this place. You will not stop me. I will... I'll keep you here as long as I have to. Gohan charged at him and hit the Majin with a punch that he easily caught. Majin Buu proceeded to grab him by the wrist and sling him down into the ground with all of his might, followed by a ki blast. Gohan got up from this severely injured. You're not even worth my time. Just give up. I would never do the likes of you. He charged at him only to be met by the same outcome. Majin grabbed him by his neck and threw him into the portal. Not before crushing his... Order of operations, buddy. Boo also steps to the portal over Crow and coats his bottle.
Boo likes this place.
Man, this plot's fucking picking up. I like that the middle point of the story is the middle point of the excitement. The main lead from Firm Drama was in their brother's car as all of this was happening. They were tired after the concert and just wanted some rest. They doze off until they hear a buzzing from their phone and they take it out of their pocket. They see it is Trish. Confused, they pick to see what is happening, what she wants. Hey Trish, what's going on? Something happened. No, but something is gonna happen. Samantha World type shit. Trish, what are you talking about? Look, you have to believe me. Someone truly fucking evil's come this way. Trish, I think you just need some sleep. I don't know what the fuck Cell's been telling you. Fang, you need to hear me. Fang hung up. Thank you. Shit. Couldn't get through to her. Let's try and Reed then. Reed picked up as soon as he saw the it. Yo, what's up, Trish? Listen, man, it's time for small talks. And you motherfuckers on his way to kill us all. Whoa, Trish, sounds like you were smoking more carbs than I was. I'm not on drugs. This is serious. Look, Trish, as much as I want to believe you, I do want to see it. Reed hung up soon as... I like that he waited a little first. Shit, couldn't get through to any of them. See if they'd be much help in the first place. Look like I'm doing this without them knowing what's going on. May not be as strong as Cell, but this monster's getting his lights clocked out.
Is that so?
Trish turned around to see a pink skinny monster standing behind her. It was taller than Cell. It can't be a...
Well, go ahead. Knock my lights out. Boo, we'll see how you taste.
He said this while licking his lips.
Well, go ahead. Knock my lights out.
Trish, angered by his taunt, didn't give him any time to react before charging at him and throwing a flurry of punches his way, all of which only hurted him slightly. Boo proceeded to grab her by the wrist and sling her into the air and throwing some punches himself. She winced in pain as each punch landed. He landed one last punch to her face, which knocked her out of the fight completely. Landing on the ground with a powerful thud, he decided which food he would turn into next. Before he felt a powerful punch to his side, he turned to see, and of course, Cell arrived he's not just in time. Only just in time arrives just in time, because that's what just in time does. No appreciation for the classics here. So you're the monster the Supreme Kai was talking about.
Yes, I am. But, Boo's not interested in fighting you.
Ha! It seems I have already instilled fear into you. You'll have more than a taste of me by the time I'm done.
I said Boo not interested.
Boo let out a powerful yell that sent shockwaves over several blocks. Cell even winced at the sound. How kind of him. Ha! Nothing more than intimidation. Such weak tactics.
If you won't leave Boo alone, then Boo will have to kill you.
I would like to see you try. Majin angrily charged at... Oh, so sad that he's charging angrily. Can't they charge like friends? Letting out a powerful yell as he did so. Cell dodged just in time and delivered a powerful kick to his back, only making the monster slightly flinch. Cell tried hitting him with a powerful uppercut, only for Majin Buu to catch it and break Cell's arm off. He grunted in pain as it happened. Purple blood seeping onto the ground. Cell clearly wasn't done yet. I'm sorry to tell you, but it's going to take far more than an arm to defeat me. The Majin was clearly annoyed at Cell's determination. He wanted to kill him quickly, but he wanted to have some fun with him first.
Boo not interested in defeating you yet.
Cell looked at him confused. What do you mean by this?
You are too weak for Boo now. Boo gives you 5 days to get stronger.
Why would you do this?
Boo wants to kill you later, and wants you to be stronger when Boo does.
With this, Boo left somewhere else as Cell noticed Trish. He picked her up and carried on his back. Seems like we both have some serious training ahead of us. Goddamn. Holy shit. Can't be as crazy as Snootfic. Hell yeah. Chapter 8. You know it's a good story when I can't stop reading. We're flying from chapter to chapter. When Sal made it to Trish's house with her in tow, the siblings looked with worry. God dang this fucking writing. Absolute cinema.
Sugar, what happened?
She got attacked, but is still breathing. All she needs is rest. They nodded in understanding. Sal watched over her siblings while she was unconscious, which she was for several hours. It was a fairly early job because of how easily they were intimidated by him. Little did he know, though, that someone else was watching him. Sal heard a door open behind him.
Been a long time, huh?
Sal whipped around only to see the spy standing before him. With fists and teeth clenched, he begrudgingly replied, "It certainly has, son Gohan."
Look, I know we don't have the best track record, but I want to say you softened up a lot.
I most certainly have not. Sal paused for a moment. He felt Gohan's energy drop. How was he standing before him? How are you alive? I thought Ba Chin Buu put you to an end.
The Supreme Kai managed to find my body.
As Sal heard Gohan's explanation, he couldn't care less. It was just Gohan alive so that he could kill him himself. I've every mind to kill you right now out of revenge, but you are indeed responsible for this change within me, Gohan, so I will have to thank you.
We can save the pleasantries for later. How's your trading partner doing? The Supreme Kai told me everything.
If it matters, she's doing fine. She's very much alive, just unconscious because of what the monster has done.
If we don't stop this monster now, more people are gonna get hurt than just her.
The monster has given me 5 days to train, and at my current level, I don't stand a chance. If we attack it, neither of us will survive. Gohan understood this, but also knew what was at stake if they don't attack now.
You're right. We can't stop it at our current levels. But if we are to use those 5 days efficiently to get stronger, there's a place that can turn 5 days into 5 years.
What is this place you are speaking of?
I think it'd be better if I took you there. Come grab her. Let's go see the Supreme Kai.
The hyperbolic time chamber is just a place where everything becomes superlative. Very well. So grabbed Trish from her bed and followed Gohan to where the Supreme Kai was waiting, which was where the Cell game arena was.
Ah, very well, Cell. I see you brought Trish with you.
Yes, we will be training together in this room, Gohan mentioned. Supreme Kai nodded, which seems Gohan brought the idea up with him.
I will have to add that the hyperbolic time chamber is quite broken. I would need some repair. It would take a few hours.
Cell and Gohan nodded. Cell did not know that Majin Buu did before coming to this dimension, but he knew it was not good.
Well, Cell, go on now. I want you to place one hand each on my shoulder.
As soon as they did, they were teleported to a damaged watchtower. The damage was quite severe, with several cracks lining the square pattern, and the flowers looked dull and lifeless. The building itself, though, was in far worse shape. So I guess this is that room you mentioned is just through here? Cell said, pointing to the damaged building.
You would be correct.
They proceeded to go through the building and found the room door that led to the hyperbolic time chamber. They were about to enter with the Supreme Kai stop both of them.
I believe I said I would have to fix the chamber.
Sorry, I'm zoning. They both nodded and went back to the front of the tower and waited. Trish woke up in that time. Oh my god. Where the hell am I?
You must be Trish,
he said, holding out a hand only for Trish to slap it away. I know who you are. You're that fucker Cell was always mentioning. Spiky hair and everything. What the hell do you want? He said this while pointing at him.
Oh. It seems true. Thank God Cell didn't fully tell you what happened that day.
Calm yourself, Trish. It's a truce now. What do you mean happened that day?
I wanted to kill Cell. You had far too many people. Not only did he absorb Android 17 and 18, the entire town of populations is gone because of him. He was also responsible for the death of my father.
He looked at him with shock. She knew he wasn't a good person, and she knew about his desire to absorb the two androids, but entire towns were wiped out because of him. She then slowly turned to Cell with anger in her eyes. Why didn't you tell me? You would have understood. I would have understood enough to know how truly angry or evil you are. You even feel more so for what you did? Cell paused. He kind of did, but also didn't at the same time. The silence answered. Didn't change at all. Wait. No, Trish. Before he could, Trish flew off into the night sky, presumably somewhere where he would never find her. Cell put down his head in shame and Gohan put a hand on Cell's shoulder.
Shush, you sure have changed these past 7 years. She'll come around.
I hope you're right for your sake. At this moment, Supreme Kai came in.
The hyperbolic time chamber repairs are complete. That's great news.
So out of his hand, after hearing this, they proceeded to walk towards the room where they would train for the next 4 days. My God, the writing is superlative. It sure is something. Well, we're almost done. How much more do we have to go? Not much. Why are we going back to random? It's fucking art. It's fucking art. It's fucking art. It's fucking art. As the two entered the chamber, God Cell was astonished by its power. So this is where your father trained you, Gohan.
Yeah, actually, this is where I obtained Super Saiyan.
That explains everything. Your father must have found the secret of your power here. That's why he dropped out and had to take you to this place. Gohan thought for a moment.
You're probably right.
So what kind of training do you have in mind, Gohan?
We should start by perfecting our technique, so let's try that.
Perhaps you are on to something. As the two started trading their hearts out, the two. I wonder why Trish hasn't been answering. Every time I call, it immediately hangs up. Fang, being frustrated, decided to call Reed to see if he knew. She's talking to herself. Reed answered the phone as soon as he could. Reed, I was calling to ask you about something. Sure, Reed. What do you want to ask, amigo? Have you heard anything from Trish? This is a phone call talking about a monster. It's like I wasn't the only one to receive the same call. At the Trish's house. Hopefully she's there. Alright, call me if you need anything, compadre. Yeah, sure thing. Fang hung up and headed downstairs to the house before she could take a step outside. Fang's dad stopped them. Man, I'm glad that we're appreciating Fang's. Where do you think you're going, young lady? I told you I'm not a lady, but if you really have to know, I'm gonna check on a friend. That Anon kid. I choose to. No, not Anon. Trish isn't answering my call. I'm just gonna make sure it's alright. Not this late you want. Oh, definitely am. Fang booked it out of the house without another word. Nasa, stop your sister. Nasa begrudgingly exited his room. What's going on now? Your sister just ran out of the house late at night. Alright, I'll go get her. You better, boy. Nasa ran out of the house to search for Fang, which didn't take too long at all. So where are you headed? He said this while pointing. I'm gonna check up on Trish. She's been answering my calls ever since she called me in the car. Well, in that case, I'm coming with you. Yeah, well, come tag along if you want, I guess. I don't care either way. The two went off to Trish's house. Fang already knew the way, so Nasa just tagged along. Trish's house should be around the block. Man, this sure took a while.
I can take you there to her quicker.
So, you don't have to... Fang turned around and saw a tall, big monster man Nasa. Who the hell are you?
Boo, don't talk. Boo, you know.
What the fuck? Fang grabbed Nasa by the wrist and both booked it to Trish's house, but before they could get far, they were shot by a beam that turned them both into cookies! As Boo devoured him, he said,
We'll find you both very delicious.
Holy shit, we've raised the last chapter, the final battle looms. We're done? This chapter's a bit beefier than the rest. Holy shit. I need a moment though. I need to refill my water. I'm losing my goddamn throat and I'm dying here. Just having a small pause would also just be better for my health, so I'll be back in a hot minute. let's continue on. Gohan and Cell were already far stronger. Gohan could already access Super Saiyan 2 again, which something he wasn't able to do since the Cell games. This making him up with Cell far easier. Of course, over the course of the time spent, Cell solely overpowered it. Of course, over the course of the time, Cell... Oh, Jesus, man. I'm eating cheese. What do you want? Oh. That cheese. If I remember correctly, the height of your strength is at your angriest.
Well, yeah. I guess I should be angry at everything you've done. But where aren't we both? But we both aren't focusing on the past now, are we?
You would be correct. Soon enough, the 4-day passed outside the time chamber. Both the Supreme Kai and Trish could feel both of their power. Guess it's my turn then. Are you sure? Yeah, I need to be as strong as I possibly can to help you both defeat this monster. I will be stronger. Dang. I mean, plots are progressing. Characters develop. So got everything you need for a good story. Very well. You stay out here, Cell. I'm doing it on my own. I guarantee you will be better with a partner. I know, you were my teacher and everything. But I'm not ready to be stuck in a room with you. I need some time to learn to train and process that shit you should have taught me. Cell nodded in understanding as Trish entered the room of spirit and time. He would not see her again for 24 hours later. By the time she got out, her clothes were battered and torn from the training. Cell could feel her ki stronger than ever. Oh wait, sorry, Kai. She's as strong as Cell when they first met, if not stronger. I'm proud of you, Trish. Trish nodded at him, smiling. It meant a lot to her. Any of you have any new clothes?
I can help with that. You have any requests?
What do you mean by request?
I'll give you any clothing you wish.
Guess it would be better if I had some clothing made for combat.
I believe I have an outfit suited for that. It's styled after the greatest warrior.
Supreme Kai then shot Trish with a beam that changed her clothes into a dark purple. Listen, you can't wear skin color. You can't wear skin color like that. I'm not gonna lie, I like it. Supreme Kai, smile at this.
You're going to do well, I know it. I shall be on our way.
The three nodded as they placed their hands on the Supreme Kai, just rubbing him all over. Soon they were there, and they began to search for Majin Buu. I didn't take them long, because he had a huge ki since they first met. Buu was focused on attacking a random civilian, rather than the fight that he said he would have with Cell. The four approached him despite... They should have felt insulted and called out the match, but they were so courteous as to keep it going. It's good cheese, ma'am. Remember me, you chewed up piece of gum?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Boo remembers you as well. You tried attacking Boo, only for it to fail because you were too weak.
Well, let's see who's weak now. Trish charged Boo with everything he had, only for it to hurt him much. What? I love how I'm constantly confused. You do not go into this fight alone. Cell also charged into the fight with the Majin. Trisha didn't make you know it goes hard. Oh. Give me that fat cheese hot dog.
You can't hog all the fun.
Gohan then turned Super Saiyan 2 and landed an uppercut right in Boo's face as Trish and Cell held him by the arms. Gohan continued to beat on Boo until he retaliated with Swift kick Gohan's chest and he easily threw Trish and Cell off his arms. They stumbled slightly as this happened. Stumbled slightly. So what did you do while we were gone? Boo then turned to Trish, patting his stomach.
Your fangs were delicious.
The anger Trish built up in this moment spilled out. You bastard! Trish then charged at Boo with anger in her eyes. She angrily beat on him, every attack doing more than the last. You'll pay for that! Trish continued to beat on with murderous intent. She shot several energy blasts at Boo, all of which hurting him massively, but still alive. Boo retaliated by grabbing Trish by the leg and slamming her several feet away. She landed onto the ground with a massive crater. Oh no, she's Yamcha. I can't believe Trish got fucking Yamcha. Some people eat potato chips while they're watching a movie. I eat grated cheese I had left over. Don't ask what I made with it. That'll be our dirty little secret. It may have been spaghetti. It may not be. Here we go. Boo approached where she landed, ready to turn her into whatever sweet Boo felt like turning her into.
Boo, like the way you taste. How about donut?
Before Boo could fire off the beam, Cell acted by landing a hard punch to Boo's side. Boo grunted as this happened and countered with a punch to Cell's face.
You'll both be joining them soon.
Boo then felt a punch into his back as Gohan jumped in too. It's now or never. Cell nodded and Trish stood up, also nodding. Everyone nod. All that he stood side by side, charging up Kamehamehas.
You really think that will hurt Boo?
It will. It will. It will! As the three charged it and finally unleashed it, Boo was hit with a massive beam, but by the time the beam was finished, Boo was still standing. He was badly hurt despite this. That is before Boo did something they did not see coming. He reformed his body to heal his wounds as if he were clay. Just as suspected. No matter, I planned for this. What are you? We have no other choice. Gohan nodded. He knew what Cell was about to do. Gohan, I'm going to need you to take Trish and go back to the watchtower. Gohan then grabbed Trish by the... Holy shit, we're hand-holding? Wait, what are you doing? I'm going to use my self-destructor. That's just mean. Don't denigrate your work like that, man. I think you're doing fine. What? No! I have to, Trish. You're a truly wonderful person. Perhaps we will see each other again. They did not just do the triple Kamehameha from the second... Every word stabbed Trish into the heart. She nodded with tears in her eyes. There was nothing any of them could do to stop him. Gohan then flew off where the Supreme Kai was, with Trish in tow. He was confused when Gohan and Trish arrived. What's going on? Where's Cell? I'm going to need you to take both me and Trish back to the watchtower. I'll explain later. Very well, place your hands. Both of you. Gohan then placed his hand on the Supreme Kai. Trish did so reluctantly. Soon enough, the three were back at the watchtower. Boo stood in confusion as Cell activated his self-destruct sequence and started inflating his body. This is it, Boo. Your final minutes. I will destroy you and this entire planet. Boo retaliating. Boo tried retaliating by punching Cell. Go ahead. Set me off. You're only making it faster. I will come so... The only thing Boo could do was watch in horror as Cell inflated his body to huge proportions. Oh no!
He has a kink.
Goodbye, Trish. I'll see you soon. See you later, cowboy. Those were the final words spoken before it finally exploded. Volcaldeer Bluffs and the planet was completely destroyed. I love that it says Volcaldeer Bluffs and the planet it was on, because that's how we describe cities. Boo was completely annihilated in the explosion. So what happened? Go on. Cell blew himself up. Trish, with tears in her eyes, lowered her head. Didn't have to end like this. Gohan put his hand on her shoulder. He's alive, I know it. Trish raised her head at him with confusion. Confusion raises the day. Now, how do you mean by that? This wasn't the first time Cell did something like this. When he killed my father, he used it despite it destroying his entire body, so it came back. Trish smiled with tears in her eyes, and eyes in her tears. It did it for you. You should be proud. Well, even with Majin Buu gone, his damage still needs to be undone. And the population on this planet is scarce, so we don't have any Dragon Balls to bring it back. Gohan nodded. We probably have to hit to not making use of theirs. What the hell is a Dragon Ball? See you later, Space Cow. He did not just write that. That was me. God, that was me. I said that. It's a magic orb, of which there are 7 of. If you combine it all, you can summon a dragon that grants any wish. That sounds fucking weird, but okay. You get used to it, he said while patting her on the shoulder. In that case, I'll take all 3 of you there. The 2 of them nodded and placed their hands on the Supreme Guy that went to Nami. My god. I gotta be honest, I'm very impressed. This is some beautiful work. Apparently all written over the course of just a week or 2. So, yeah, Cell's weird trip. Art, absolute cinema, uncontested. There are a few works of art that can aspire to this height, and I feel like I'm wasting my efforts writing anything ever again because we've already reached the peak of all possible written literature. So if you ever want to be a writer, I'll just point you this direction and tell you to quit because you're wasting your damn time. Next week we'll be doing chapter 10. I guess. Gator on the run. And on his duel with bullies before, Mia is a special breed in this case, as she reveals a trump card against him and Olivia. Forced into a corner, the two butt heads as they struggle to entangle themselves on Mia's stranglehold on their livelihoods, on their very livelihoods. I wonder what's going to happen because one of the guys brought up some pretty good points about this. Let me read them again because, you know, they're somewhat worth having around. Who's that Sans guy? It was in the little expanded section. Da Vinci is a fucking rookie writer compared to this guy. Here we go. Where's the fucking art contest thing that I read about? Oh, there it is. And I'm interrupting Atacon because it wants to expend him because it wants to preserve it. And I'm confessing before. Atacon dies. Completely different date. Whatever different effect on him. If the Atacon dies, second altercation should be vastly different depending on how you play it. One the same, and I'm going ballistic. Yeah. I'm curious about that. I kind of want to do another stream tomorrow, but my voice needs a rest. It really does. And I need to eat this cheese. I could just read it ahead of time. Never hurts, right? I mean, I could just do a little Google. Oh my god. And I'll fucking kills himself. Oh, we're just keeping the scene, I guess. Well, we'll find out next time. You know, Armageddonus, I really like this guy. He's got my kind of brain where he's just very angry about stuff, and I like it. Rock Bottom is based on Redding in Northern California, not the Midwest. Huh! A weird detail. Well, like I said, see you next week. And on solos, anyone except Damien. Well, Damien's got that bro. He's got that bro force. Which is a fun game, by the way. I still don't get it. Like, that game has some weird, like, pacing going on. Like, I don't get it. I don't know what the fuck. I'm just gonna go to bed. 2 minority students being harassed, blackmailed, and threatened right under his nose during the audit. Would put vicious fire under Scalar. Hold up. This guy's putting down some shit. Yes, I know that Annals an unreliable narrator. It's just that sentence is the one that gets repeated ad nauseum by the fandom. The people believe that the theme is fucking gospel. That if they believe the game says solving problems for them is bad, then it becomes a fucking law of the universe. So, in other words, I'm just venting. Hmm. But in reality, is really nice enough to choose the good. Whatever. Well, next week, be there, be square. It's weird to cut the recording there, so the people watching the recording